shit. This is not good. Hey everyone, Trash Panda here. This is my two-part video series from DirtDaze in North Haverhill, New Hampshire. This was my second year at DirtDaze, and I got really lucky that a pair of my buddies brought my bike up there for me. So big shout out to Matt and Drew for driving up and driving back to Trash Panda safely. This was a great way to spend the trip since I got to sleep comfortably from my little Honda Element, which I have a camper set up for. And with the rains that came in on Friday, it was definitely the comfortable way to spend the trip. Unfortunately, Mud, Sweat, and Gears on Friday did get canceled because of the rain, but Keys to the Kingdom, we still pushed through. It rained on us real hard in the early morning hours, but towards the end of the day, the sun came out, and it was a glorious day to be out on the road. And hope you guys enjoy the video.
In my head, there's a voice that I don't know. I've done my best, such a long way left to go. I'm gonna find my way. I'm gonna find my way.
This is what I signed up for.
After too long on some slab and hard pack 2-track, we got into some slicker single track action that I had been looking to for all day. I also got to meet Drew's dad, something of a legend I've heard, and he held up to that no end. The guy is an excellent rider, a former competition rider in Marine, a mechanic, and I loved riding with this guy. He's got some of the smoothest lines I've seen in a long time, and it was just great seeing him at work on that FE350. So it was neat meeting a legend and not being disappointed. Just shortly before our lunch break, we turned off on this Old Duke Road here, and as you can see, it's a rather babyhead mess. And I bounced out of line out riding the suspension on the Kawasaki, and I didn't keep on the throttle, and some clippings got under their tires, and I just had to let her down.
Mike wanted to take a nap.
Pulled in for lunch and our midday break here at this farm stand.
I'm not sure of the place. I'm certain if you look on the DirtDaze website, you can find it. But they made us wonderful smoked chicken sandwiches or pulled pork sandwiches. They were kind enough to set out some tents and stuff, so there was the misguided hope we could maybe dry some gear. After lunch, though, the sun came out, moods improved, and we got back on the road to a rather sunny and beautiful day of riding.
Put your hand in my hand, darling, say go. Keep your eyes on the horizon, stay gold. All I need are your eyes, you're my arrow. Now we're running into the wild. I see the light.
I've had some good days, and I've had some worse, but none compare to the days that I've had with you. And And I've had some high times, and I've had some cursed, but none compared to the times that I've had with you. I'd take out a loan for just one day alone, to run back the time in slow motion. I'd sell my guitars, I'd spend life behind bars, to take one more trip through the story night. This was the best day of my life. Thanks for the best day of my life. Gold in your eyes, sun, glow on your face, like a seaside sunrise somewhere along the PCH. It's cold in New England, may that chill grant you grace, the grace to remember, sunny, that home is not a place. I'd take out a loan for just one day alone, to run back the time in slow motion. I'd sell my guitars, I'd spend life behind bars, to take one more trip through the story night. 'Cause this was the best day of my life. Thanks for the best day of my life.
Matt likes to get a little happy with his throttle sometimes, and if you're following too close like we were here, you kind of face the results of that by taking a nice little roost.
With heart on my sleeve, I'll give you every.
I think this will remain one of the more memorable moments of my riding season this year. With Matt and Drew racing ahead of me through this beautiful glade of forest on a beautiful day after so much hard rain, I don't think there is a moment this trip or this riding season that I felt a little more at peace. Now that might change as the riding season develops, but at this time, it was one of the more beautiful moments I had this riding season.
This was the best day of my life. Thanks for the best day of my life.
I just wanna feel like this, living life, no regrets. Hands up in the air like ooh, nothing's gonna break my mood. Yeah, I just wanna feel like this. Had a doubt in my mind that today is gonna be the best day in my life. Well, wouldn't that be nice if life was like the movies? Sometimes I forget to write myself into the story. So every time that I don't feel right, I find someone I love and tell them I just wanna feel like this, living life, no regrets. Hands up in the air like ooh, nothing's gonna break my.
Towards the end of the trail, we were all feeling a little exhausted, but I had to feel for these big bike guys. We had two Africa Twins and a T7 on the ride, and in the slimy mud, it was just hard for those bikes to keep their pace up with the smaller bikes. But they got through, and they definitely did an excellent job. So kudos to you guys, if you're out there and you're listening to this, mad kudos to you guys. Even if one of you guys had a DCT transmission, we're still questioning your legitimacy for hardcore if your bike's doing all the shipping for you.
Alright guys, that was one of the last of the trails before we started the end of the Keys to the Kingdom ride. It was a wonderful ride. I highly recommend, if you're up in that area, exploring some of it. We obviously know DirtDaze is likely not coming back to New Hampshire, but that's a subject for another video. A special thank you to all the volunteers at DirtDaze, and a special thank you to Matt and Drew for driving my bike up and driving my bike back. I thought they were going to steal the Trash Panda for a little bit, but it looks like she made it back just fine, no worse for wear, and I hope to see you guys out on the trail. Ride light, ride fast, ride far.